Cleve Whittington is 58 years old. He farms 480 acres outside Sibley, Illinois, on the same ground his father Donovan worked from 1962 until Donovan passed in 2014. The tractor Cleve drives every spring planting and every fall harvest is the 1973 John Deere 443. Oh, his father bought new in March of 1973 for $13,400 from the Lyman family Paxton dealership. 130 horsepower, 6-cylinder, 6466T, turbo diesel, quad range, 16-speed transmission. The same dark factory green Donovan washed every Saturday afternoon for 41 years. Cleve has carried crop hail insurance on the Whittington 480 with Midwest Crop Hail Mutual every spring since 1962. The same insurance company his father signed with the year his father bought the farm. Cleve and the Whittington 480 have collected on 6 hail damage claims in the past 6 harvest seasons, the years 2018 through 2023. If this kind of story matters to you, the kind where the receipts tell the truth and the work speaks for itself, we'd be honored if you subscribed. Verna Whittington sat at the kitchen desk in her small white tenant farmhouse on the Whittington 480 on a Sunday evening in late July 2024, with the 2024 spring crop hail damage settlement check from Midwest Crop Hail Mutual lying flat on the oak desk. The June 18th, 2024 hailstorm had damaged 240 acres of standing corn at the V6 growth stage. The state-published per-acre crop hail loss formula for V6 stage corn at 18% damage was $48.40 per acre. The Midwest Crop Hail Mutual Settlement had paid $48.24 per acre. Verna pulled her leather-bound farm notebook from the kitchen desk drawer and turned to the back of the book. She kept the insurance settlement records on the back pages. 62 years of crop hail claims, settlement checks, adjuster signatures, per-acre payouts. She turned to the 2018 page first. The 2018 crop hail claim, 180 acres of V8 stage corn at 22% damage, had paid $42.84 per acre against a state-published formula of $43. 16 cents short. The 2019 page, $39.18 per acre against a formula of $39.34. 16 cents short. The 2020 page, $54.62 per acre against a formula of $54.78. 16 cents short. The 2021 page, $46.84 per acre against a formula of $47. 16 cents short. The 2022 page, $58.40 per acre against a formula of $58.56. 16 cents short. The 2023 page, $51.22 per acre against a formula of $51.38. 16 cents short. The 2024 page, $48.24 per acre against a formula of $48.40. 16 cents short. Verna closed the notebook at 8:14 p.m. Sunday evening. She sat for a full minute looking at the closed cover. Then she opened the notebook back up and read every adjuster signature line one more time. Lyle Pemberton's careful blue ink from 1962 through 2017. Garrison Pelfrey's slanted black ink from 2018 through 2024. The handwriting changed. The math changed. The pattern was the pattern. She picked up the kitchen phone. Cleve answered on the second ring from his own kitchen on the Whittington 480. "Cleve, your father knew this could happen," Verna said. "Verna, my father knew an honest adjuster runs the formula," Cleve replied. "Cleve, the new adjuster doesn't run the formula." "Verna, the new adjuster runs an override," Cleve said. "Cleve, Donovan would say the override gets caught the year the next farmer's wife sits down with the notebook on a Sunday evening." "Verna, Donovan would be right." "Cleve, the Hale settlement check came in the Friday mail," Verna said. "Verna, what did Midwest pay?" Cleve asked. "Midwest paid $11, 577 against 240 acres at $48.24 per acre. The state formula at the V6 stage and 18% damage published in the 2024 crop hail rate schedule is $48.40 per acre. Midwest is 16 cents per acre short." "Verna, 16 cents per acre on 240 acres is $38.40 short. $38.40 short on this claim alone." I went back through the notebook. Every Midwest claim I have on the Whittington 480 since 2018 is exactly 16 cents per acre short of the state published formula. 6 claims across 6 harvest seasons. The total shortfall is $206 across the 6 years. Verna, $206 isn't a fortune. Cleve, $206 isn't a fortune for the Whittington 480, Verna replied. But 16 cents per acre is exactly 16 cents per acre, claim after claim, year after year, regardless of the damage stage or the loss percentage. That's not a clerical error. That's a structure. Verna, across every farm Midwest insures. Across every farm Midwest insures. There are an estimated 14 farms in Illinois carrying Midwest crop hail mutual policies. If 16 cents per acre is the structure across all 14,000 farms, the annual underpayment is between $1.4 million and $2.8 million. Verna, your notebook caught it. Cleve, the notebook caught it because I keep the notebook the way your father taught me to keep it in 1962. Every settlement, every check, every adjuster signature, every state formula reference, the pattern is the pattern. Verna, call Earl in the morning. Cleve, I'm calling Earl tonight. If you're still here, subscribe. The numbers in this story are real, and so are the adjusters behind them. Verna called Earl Braddock at 8:42 p.m. Sunday evening, July 28, 2024. Earl listened to the entire account with both hands flat on his own kitchen table while Ruth refilled his coffee mug. When Verna finished, Earl asked one question. Verna, does the notebook show the adjuster's signature on every settlement? Earl asked. Earl, the notebook shows the adjuster's signature on every settlement, Verna said. All 6 claims since 2018 were adjusted by Garrison Pelfrey, the same adjuster every year. Verna, the consistency of the adjuster across the 6 claims is the second pattern, Earl replied. Vanessa Olmsted at the Illinois Department of Insurance handles crop adjuster fraud cases. She has 6 years on the field investigator desk. She'll be the right investigator for this. I'll call her at 8 a.m. Monday morning. We'll meet at her Springfield office at 11 a.m. Tuesday. Earl, will Vanessa run a multi-claim audit? Verna asked. Verna, Vanessa will run a statewide audit of every Midwest crop hail mutual claim adjusted by Garrison Pelfrey since 2018 once your 6-year notebook history lands on her desk. The notebook is the documentation. Every claim across every year shows the same exact 16 cents per acre gap. That's the kind of pattern Vanessa's department is built to investigate. Earl, the notebook stays with me? Verna, the notebook stays with you. The state will scan the relevant pages. The originals stay in your kitchen desk drawer where they've lived since 1962. Earl, that's the right answer. Cleve drove the faded blue 2011 Chevy Silverado 2500 to the Braddock farmstead outside Gibson City early Monday morning, July 29, 2024. A few hours before the Tuesday Springfield meeting. Earl met him in the gravel drive in the dark tan Carhartt chore coat. Verna sat in the passenger seat with the leather-bound farm notebook on her lap. Earl, the notebook's in Verna's lap, Cleve said. Cleve, the notebook's the documentation, Earl replied. Verna, would you mind walking me through the back page entries one more time before we drive to Vanessa Olmsted's office tomorrow morning? Earl, I'd be glad to, Verna said. 62 years of farm settlements live in this notebook. The crop hail claims are on the back pages because Donovan said the back pages were where the bad weather always ended up. Verna, your husband had a system. Earl, Donovan had a system the way every farmer of his generation had a system, Verna replied. Front of the notebook for grain settlements, middle for fertilizer and chemical receipts, back for hail and weather and adjuster checks. The back pages were the pages Donovan said you only opened on a Sunday evening when the storm had already come and gone. Verna, what did Donovan say about the adjuster? Earl asked. Earl, Donovan said the adjuster works for the company, not for the farm, Verna answered. He said the farm's job was to keep its own records and check the adjuster's math against the state formula every single time. He said a farmer who checks the math is a farmer who keeps his farm. A farmer who doesn't check the math is a farmer who pays for the adjuster's car. Verna, your husband was right. Earl, Donovan was right for 52 years. He never caught a 16-cent per acre gap because the gap didn't exist when Lyle Pemberton was the adjuster from 1962 through 2017. The 16-cent gap appeared in 2018, the year Garrison Pelfrey got promoted from senior field rep. Verna, the gap appeared the year the new adjuster took over. Earl, the gap appeared the year the new adjuster took over, and the gap held at exactly 16 cents per acre across every single claim for 6 straight harvest seasons. That's not coincidence. That's a structure. Verna, that's the kind of structure Vanessa Olmsted's department investigates. Earl, Vanessa Olmsted will investigate. Verna, see you at 11 a.m. Tuesday at the Springfield office. Earl, 11 a.m. Tuesday. Vanessa Olmsted met Cleve, Verna, and Earl at the Illinois Department of Insurance Springfield office at 11 a.m. Tuesday morning, July 30th, 2024. Vanessa wore the Navy State polo with the seal on the chest. She had pulled the Midwest Crop Hail Mutual Claim Handler roster, the state crop hail loss formula history for 2018 through 2024, and Garrison Pelfrey's adjuster license file by 9 a.m. that morning. Verna, may I see the notebook? Vanessa asked. Vanessa, yes, Verna replied. 62 years of farm settlements. The crop hail claims are on the back pages, 2018 through 2024. Vanessa read every entry on every back page for the next 18 minutes. Then she looked up at Cleve and Verna with quiet, professional steadiness. "Verna, the notebook is the cleanest pattern documentation I've seen in 14 years on this desk," Vanessa said. "Vanessa, my husband Donovan taught me to keep the notebook this way in 1962. Verna, your husband knew the line gets held by the people who keep the paperwork." "Vanessa, Donovan held the line for 52 years. Verna, the state will run a complete audit of Garrison Pelfrey's adjustment file at Midwest Crop Hail Mutual," Vanessa said. "The audit will pull every claim Garrison adjusted since his 2018 promotion to senior adjuster. If the 16-cent per acre pattern holds across all his claims, and your notebook documentation suggests it will, the audit will produce restitution to every affected farm in Illinois." "Vanessa, when does the audit start?" Earl asked. "Earl, the audit starts Monday morning, August 5th, 2024, Vanessa replied. "I'll be at the Midwest Crop Hail Mutual headquarters in Champaign at 8. Earl, a.m. Monday, with 2 senior auditors and a forensic accounting team. Garrison Pelfrey will be served the audit notice at 8:14 a.m. Senior Vice President Prescott Harrington will be required to produce every claim file Garrison adjusted since 2018 by close of business Tuesday." "Vanessa, what happens to Garrison?" Cleve asked. "Cleve, Garrison faces 3 potential charges under Illinois insurance fraud statutes 215 ILCS 5/154, Vanessa said. "Adjuster license revocation, criminal restitution to every affected farm, potential Class 4 felony charges if the $0.16 per acre structure proves to be intentional rather than systemic. The intent question gets answered when we see Garrison's adjustment notes against the state formula. Vanessa, that's the right outcome." "Verna, the audit begins Monday at 8 a.m. Vanessa Olmsted pulled the white 2023 Ford Explorer with the state plates into the parking lot of the Midwest Crop Hail Mutual headquarters in Champaign at 7:42 a.m. Monday morning, August 5th, 2024, 18 minutes ahead of schedule. 2 senior state auditors and a forensic accounting team of 3 followed in a state-leased Chevy Tahoe. Vanessa walked into the front lobby at 8:14 a.m. and served Garrison Pelfrey the audit notice in person at his cubicle on the 3rd floor. "Mr. Pelfrey, Vanessa Olmsted, Illinois Department of Insurance," Vanessa said. "Investigator," Garrison replied with a small dismissive chuckle. "Mr. Pelfrey, the Department of Insurance is auditing every crop hail claim you've adjusted since your 2018 promotion. The state has documented 6 consecutive claims on a single Illinois farm where your settlement was exactly 16 cents per acre below the state-published crop hail loss formula. The pattern is the question." "Investigator, 16 cents per acre is rounding error," Garrison said. "Mr. Pelfrey, 16 cents per acre is not rounding error when it appears on 6 consecutive claims across 6 different damage stages and 6 different loss percentages. Sign the audit notice." "Investigator? Sign the notice, Mr. Pelfrey." Vanessa returned to the Whittington 480 on Wednesday, August 7th, 2024, to interview Verna in person at the kitchen desk. Verna had laid out every back page from the notebook spanning 1962 through 2024. Vanessa ran a digital scanner across each page in archival sequence while she asked Verna questions. "Verna, the 2017 entry shows the adjuster as Lyle Pemberton." Vanessa said. Vanessa, Lyle Pemberton adjusted every Whittington 480 Hale claim from 1962 through 2017, Verna replied. Lyle retired in March of 2018 at age 78. He'd been at Midwest Crop Hail Mutual since 1964. Verna, the 2017 settlement was at the state-published formula, exactly at it. Not a penny over or under, Vanessa said. Vanessa, Lyle Pemberton ran honest math for 56 years, Verna answered. Lyle's father had farmed in Iroquois County. Lyle understood that the adjuster's job was to settle a claim at the state formula. Lyle settled at the formula every single time. Verna, the change to 16 cents per acre short begins with the 2018 entry. Vanessa, the change begins with Garrison Pelfrey's first claim under the Whittington 480 policy in late June 2018. The pattern holds through July 2024. 6 years and 6 claims at exactly 16 cents short. Verna, your notebook is the cleanest pattern documentation I've seen in 14 years on this desk, Vanessa said. Vanessa, my husband Donovan taught me to keep the notebook this way in 1962. I just kept doing what Donovan taught me to do. Verna, that's the kind of consistency the state needs to make a felony case. Vanessa, the consistency is the math. The math doesn't lie. Verna, the math doesn't lie. The audit ran from August 5th through September 28th, 2024. Findings: Garrison Pelfrey had adjusted 2,840 crop hail claims at Midwest Crop Hail Mutual between his June 2018 promotion and July 2024. Every single claim showed an exact 16 cent per acre underpayment against the state-published crop hail loss formula. Total estimated underpayment across all 2,840 claims, $1,840,000. Garrison's adjustment notes documented his manual override of the automated calculation by exactly 16 cents per acre on every claim, described in his internal notes as a field discretion adjustment, not authorized by Midwest's pricing policy. Senior Vice President Prescott Harrington was interviewed by Vanessa at the Midwest Champaign headquarters on Wednesday, September 4th, 2024. Mr. Harrington, did the senior management at Midwest Crop Hail Mutual authorize Garrison Pelfrey's 16 cent per acre field discretion adjustment? Vanessa asked. Investigator, the senior management did not authorize the field discretion adjustment, Prescott replied. The adjustment was Garrison Pelfrey's personal modification of the automated calculation. The senior management discovered the pattern when the state audit notice landed on my desk on August 5th. Mr. Harrington, will Midwest cooperate with the restitution? Investigator, Midwest Crop Hail Mutual will pay full restitution to every affected farm plus 6% annual interest from the date of each claim forward. The total restitution payment is estimated at $2,140,000. The board approved the restitution structure at an emergency session on August 28th. Mr. Harrington, that's the right outcome. Investigator, that's the right outcome the company should have caught itself in 2019. The Illinois Department of Insurance revoked Garrison Pelfrey's adjuster license on October 14, 2024. The Iroquois County State's Attorney's Office filed Class 4 felony insurance fraud charges against Garrison on October 24th. Garrison pleaded guilty to 2 of the 3 charges on November 8th, 2024, in exchange for a 24-month sentence at Stateville and full restitution. The Whittington 480 received a $206 restitution check plus $84 in compound interest on November 18, 2024. Total $290. Verna logged the $290 restitution check on Friday evening, November 22, 2024, at the kitchen desk with the leather-bound farm notebook open beside her. She turned to the page facing the 2018 crop hail claim entry, the year the $0.16 per acre pattern began. On that facing page, in her own hand and in green ink, she wrote, "Restitution received, November 18, 2024, $206 plus $84 interest. Donovan was right to keep the notebook." "Cleve, Donovan was right to keep the notebook," Verna said. "Verna, Donovan was right to keep every page of the notebook for 52 years. Cleve, the notebook stays in the kitchen desk drawer." "Verna, the notebook stays in the kitchen desk drawer." Earl sat at his own kitchen table that Friday evening, November 22, 2024, at 8 p.m., with Ruth across from him. The white ceramic coffee pot sat between them. "Earl, the Midwest crop hail. Mutual restitution paid out $2,140,000 across 2,840 farms," Ruth said. "Ruth, $2,140,000 across 2,840 farms," Earl replied. "Earl, what would have happened if Verna hadn't pulled her notebook off the kitchen desk on a Sunday evening?" Ruth asked. "Ruth, Garrison Pelfrey would still be running the 16-cent per acre override on every claim through 2025 and 2026, Earl said. Midwest's automated calculator would still be producing state formula settlements. Garrison's manual override would still be subtracting 16 cents per acre at the bottom of every claim. The 2,840 farms would keep paying for Garrison's car. Earl, Verna's 82 years old and she caught it on a Sunday evening? Ruth, Verna's 82 years old and she caught it because she keeps a notebook the way her husband taught her to keep it in 1962. Donovan understood that an honest adjuster runs the formula and a dishonest adjuster runs an override. The notebook checks the math every time. Earl, the math doesn't lie. Ruth, the math doesn't lie when somebody keeps the notebook, Earl answered. Earl, Donovan taught Verna in 1962. Verna will teach her granddaughter Hadley before she stops keeping the notebook herself. Ruth, the notebook gets passed down. Earl, the line gets held by the people who keep the notebooks. Ruth, the line gets held by the people who keep the notebooks, Earl said. Earl drove out to the Whittington 480 on a clear Saturday afternoon in late November 2024 in the silver Chevy Silverado 2500. Cleve met him in the gravel drive. Earl wore the olive-green John Deere mesh cap, the dark-tan Carhartt chore coat over the buffalo check flannel, the Wrangler jeans, and the Red Wing Irish setter boots. His steel blue eyes met Cleve's. Cleve, the 4430 ran clean through the 2024 fall harvest? Earl asked. Earl, 12,840 hours became 13,184 by the second week of November, Cleve replied. The 4430 ran the 480 acres on the corn and the beans without a single fault. Cleve, the state restitution settled fair? Earl asked. Earl, the settlement was $290 to the Whittington $480, Cleve said. Across the 2,840 farms Garrison adjusted in 6 years, Midwest paid out $2,140,000 in restitution. The total comes out to about $753 per affected farm on average. Most farms had more acres than Verna and I do. Cleve, 16 cents per acre across 2,840 farms across 6 years is the math that doesn't lie. Earl, the math doesn't lie. Cleve, what about your mother's notebook going forward? Earl, the notebook stays in the kitchen desk drawer, Cleve said. Verna's 82 years old. She'll keep entering settlements as long as she's here. After that, I keep entering. After me, my daughter keeps entering. The notebook doesn't end. Cleve, the line gets held by the people who keep the notebooks. Earl, the line gets held. Cleve, your father knew which family member to teach? Earl, my father knew. Dale Voss came by the Braddock farmstead on a clear Tuesday morning in early December 2024 in his white GMC Yukon. Earl, heard about the Midwest Crop Hail Mutual Audit, Dale said. You heard, Earl said. $2.1 million across 2,840 farms. $2,140,000 across 2,840 farms, Earl replied. Garrison Pelfrey took 16 cents per acre out of every Illinois farmer he adjusted for 6 years. The state took 54 days to find it once Verna Whittington pulled her leather notebook off the kitchen desk on a Sunday evening. You make it sound noble. I make it sound right, Dale, Earl said. Verna Whittington kept the notebook the way her husband Donovan taught her in 1962. The pattern was the pattern. 6 consecutive claims at exactly 16 cents short of the state formula. The state caught the math. The notebook caught the state's attention. Dale shook his head with a wide, smug, mocking smirk and a dismissive shake of his head and climbed back into the Yukon and drove off without another word. The 1973 John Deere 443 sat in the open machine shed of the Whittington 480 outside Sibley on the night of November 22nd, 2024, with $13,400 of original 1973 purchase price still in her dark factory green paint, 13,184 hours on the meter, $290 of state restitution restored to the farm she'd hauled crops off of for 51 years, and the original Verna Whittington leather-bound farm notebook back in the kitchen desk drawer where it had lived since 1962. The 4430 had hauled clean. The adjuster had not. The state finally caught up.